What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, in today's video, what we're going to be doing is going through Ambush Quest Garp. Now, before we get into this, you guys got to remember that if you guys cannot beat this, do not be disheartened, because this is probably the most difficult piece of content to clear in the entire game, because Garp, as we all know, has like 10 million health, and you have to take on Garp whilst also preparing a team that can also take on the Colosseum Lao G as well. So it's going to be very, very difficult for a majority of players in order to take on Garp, so don't be disheartened if you guys cannot beat it. But before we get into the teams that we are actually going to be showing you in this video, we're going to go ahead and actually break down the unit itself. Why is Invasion Garp so goddamn good? So this is Ambush Quest Garp. He is a strength, free spirit fighter type character, and at max level, at level 99, you can see here 3,710 HP, 1510 attack, or 1550 attack, my bad, and also 10 recovery. So his stats overall are pretty much legend worthy. He only has 3 socket spots as well, so a lot of people are going to say, what sockets do you want to put on Garp? I would suggest Chain Despair and Auto Heal, or I would suggest maybe Chain Despair Cooldown, but I'm personally thinking of going Cooldown, Heal, and then Orbs, or Cooldown, Heal, and Defense. Either one of those variations that I just mentioned will be fine for Ambush Quest Garp. So let's go ahead and break down his Captain and Special ability. So his Captain ability will boost fighter characters' attack by 2.75 and reduce damage taken by 15%. So he's an amazing captain ability overall. He's definitely got the best captain ability of any invasion character thus far. Fantastic 2.75 base that is basically an unconditional 2.75. But then on top of that, he has the same damage reduction as Time Skip Luffy, which is fantastic. 15% damage reduction is actually amazing, and you can tank a lot more hits, especially if you are planning to run double Garp. So if all of you guys out there that are, kind of lacking in your fighter teams, or are lacking a good captain, or you don't have gear 4, this is an amazing substitute. And even if you might not be able to max out his special, his captain ability alone is going to be amazing for a majority of players. But let's talk about his special ability. So his special ability will start at 32 turns, as you can see here, but it will max at 15 turns. So you need 17 skill ups. But what it does, it will go ahead and reduce all enemies' defense to 0 for a single turn, and then if the targeted enemy that you use this on has less than 25% health, it will go ahead and instantly defeat them. Very similar to the quick rare recruit Sugar, who when you activate the special and the enemy is at 20%, it will instantly defeat them. But on top of this, if the enemy that you use it on has 25% or higher HP, it will cut their health by 30%. And on a 15 turn cooldown for a 30% HP cut and 100% defense reduction, this guy is amazing. He is fantastic. Definitely a must max character, but as I said, guys, he's extremely difficult, so don't be disheartened if you guys are unable to do so. But without further ado, now that we've gone ahead and broken down the brand new Ambush Garp, let's go ahead and get into the teams that you guys might be able to build in order to take on this dungeon. So the first team that we are going to be overviewing is going to be the old school Lucy team. Now I know a lot of you guys are not going to be happy about Lucy, but don't fret, there's actually going to be 3 teams in this video, so you guys don't need to worry about it. There are going to be 3 separate different teams, and down below in the description you guys will see timestamps to, skip to a specific team that you guys want to actually go ahead and watch. But the first one here is going to be Lucy. So you see the team utilizes double Lucy with Legend Doflamingo, who also provides an amazing orb boost. You got Lucy for an orb boost and getting matching orbs. And then you see we've got Raizo, and we also have Sugar. And this sort of formulation of Raizo and Sugar are going to be essential for taking out Garp after his revive. And you guys will see at the end of this clip how that actually works. Now, this team clears the Colosseum Lao G extremely easily. You're not going to have too many issues with that. But against Garp, the thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and use the Lucy special against Momonga. Now, you guys are going to see near the end of this clip how that's all going to play out. But once you do that, you'll end up getting a 2x boost on the first turn of the Ambush Garp Stage 5 fight. then you'll have a 2 times boost. Then you want to go ahead and use your Colosseum Lucy, who will give him a 20% health cut, a full board of orbs, and a 1.75 orb boost. But then, before you go ahead and burst him, you need to activate the second Sabo Lucy special. Now, you might be wondering, why the hell would I want to activate the Sabo Lucy special when I've already got a type boost active from the 2 times boost of the previous turn? The thing is, you want to make sure that in the following turn after that, you have yet another 2 times boost, because when you activate Lucy special, you get that specific little perfect buff that will appear next to your little buffs and debuffs list, and that means that when you hit all of your perfects, or at least 4 perfects, then in that following turn you will get a 2 times boost, and that is the whole reasoning behind that. You guys will see exactly how that plays out in this clip, but that's kind of the information I really wanted to share with you guys, is to make sure you use Lucy on stage 4, you'll get the 2 times on stage 5, activate another Lucy to get the 2 times in the following turn, and then you'll activate Doflamingo in the following turn. So you, on the last burst of attack turn, you're going to have 2 times attack and 2 times orb effects, and then on the revive, as I mentioned, you're going to go ahead and use your Raizo and your Sugar specials to instantly KO Garp. But other than that, I'll let you guys watch the rest of this clip, and then we'll talk about the next team. The next team that we're going to be talking about is actually a really cool team that I really wanted to actually get working for you guys in a video, and luckily we actually were able to do this on stream today. This team is not very effective in taking down Colosseum Lao G. However, whenever Garp returns on a different Colosseum, I feel like this team is going to be a lot more optimal for taking on some other different versions of the Colosseum against Garp. As you can tell, it's a Legend Zoro and a Treasure Map Mihawk friend captain team. Now, specifically, Zoro has to be your captain with a friend Mihawk, because you need to have Int Hawk on your team in order for this team to work as effective as what it is. Now, the way that this team works is you basically just kill everything and stall correctly to make sure all of your specials are ready for the final room. And the way that this team functions is, when you reach Garp, you activate your Zoro special for the 2x type boost, you activate your Treasure Map Mihawk Friend Captain special to get the orb boost and the chain lock, you go ahead and use Kizaru for a full board of matching orbs, and then you have the Colosseum Suleiman, who will be a conditional booster that actually procs himself. I believe he delays Garp for a turn, as well as applies a 1.3 times conditional attack boost. Now, a lot of people were asking me on stream when we were building this, are there any replacements for any units on this team? And there really isn't. There really isn't any replacements aside from Suleiman. Suleiman can actually be replaced with the G5 Rare Recruit Tashigi, giving you the color affinity boost. I actually went on the calculator and calced it, and that actually does work. You can replace the Suleiman with a color affinity booster. But, you know, Suleiman works just as fine as well. He is a free-to-play unit, so he's a little bit easier to build with. But if you guys are lucky enough to have all of these slasher legends, this team works really, really effectively. Now, we all know that when Garp revives, he actually applies that defensive shield where he takes no damage for 2 turns. The way to get around that is the Psy Law special ability. His special ability will make it so that all of your specials will bypass enemy defensive effects and barriers. So then we can go ahead and use the Inthawk special after the revive, after we deal 10 million damage plus of burst against Garp, and then instantly kill him with the Inthawk special through his shield using the Psy Law special. So this team is extremely fun. As I mentioned, this team will work really, really well on other Colosseums. This team isn't really that effective against Colosseum Lao G, but it is still able to do it. And as you can see, we were able to do it today, which was extremely exciting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this team, and I'll see you guys on the final team variation against Ambush Quest Garp. Now we're moving on to the final team of today's video. Now if you guys were on stream with us today when we're actually farming Ambush Quest Garp, you guys would know that this team was extremely frustrating to actually use. We actually died a lot of the time that we used this team, basically because after the revive it is kind of risky whether or not you can actually kill Garp or not. You guys will see in this clip the way that this team actually works towards the end. But this team utilizes a double Neko with Legend Whitebeard as a sub, V2 Law, Sanderzonia, and Time Skip Nami. Now, there are a ton of different variations you can use of the Neko team. Some use Shirahoshi, some use Mancherry, some use the rare recruit Kanjuro. There are different variations for the Neko team. One big thing that a lot of people are, sort of torn on is to whether use the Aokiji bike or to go ahead and use the Going Luffy Senpai, which is Bato's ship from the Rayleigh shop. Either one of those ships work reasonably effectively. The Bato ship gives you a less cooldown and will go ahead and have a special ability that allows you to tank a hit that's above 10,000 by, like, I think any damage above 10,000 is nullified by 97%. So it's really, really good for tanking one of Garp's extremely hard-hitting attacks, and that's why some people will opt to use that. However, to make the fight a lot easier in order to get to Garp, I actually go ahead and use the Aokiji bike. The Aokiji bike, reducing the amount of chances to get recovery orbs, which, as we all know, you don't really want to get recovery and tandem orbs on a Neko team because you get no damage, of course. So this team was extremely frustrating. It has no issues actually doing the 10 million damage because Whitebeard will go ahead and cut his health by 30%, and then when you do that, he'll only have 7 million health left. And this team can do upwards of like 8-9 million damage. It's just shy of the 10 million damage, so you do need something to, increase your damage output, and the way to do that is with Legend Whitebeard. As I mentioned, there are different variations utilizing characters like Mancherry and Shirahoshi, which will add extra damage to your crew as they are Psy-type characters against Ambush Quest Garp. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend a Neko team unless if it's literally the only team that you have in order to clear Ambush Quest Garp. Also, another team that worked really well that I haven't tried yet is a Gear 4 team. Gear 4 actually should surprisingly work very, very well. A lot of people on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise were suggesting that team to me to actually use. Gear 4 is pretty effective, utilizing the use of 6+ Sabo, as well as you can technically still utilize characters like Raizo and also Sugar as well. That same combination we used on the Lucy team, you can also use that on a Gear 4 or a Time Skip Luffy team. If you are choosing to use Time Skip Luffy, it actually is better to go ahead and use a friend Gear 4, as Gear 4 will give you a higher chance of getting more matching orbs, because Gear 4 makes matching orbs beneficial for Fighter and Free Spirit, all orbs except for Blue, whereas Time Skip Luffy is only 3 of the 7 natural matching orbs are given to Free Spirit characters. So Gear 4 is a lot better against Garp instead of Time Skip Luffy, but that's just, that's up to you. That's your personal opinion there. But these are the 3 teams that I've used in order to clear Ambush Quest Garp so far. Honestly, the Slasher team was definitely my favorite of all the 3 teams that you guys saw in this video. However, as I mentioned, it's not very good against Lao G Coliseum itself. So whenever Garp returns and I need to ever farm Garp for some whatever reason, I'll definitely switch to that Slasher team. That was actually hella fun to use. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.